Welcome to the Crownsmen Show, everybody. My name's Jerrod Downey. We've got Rory Bamford, and we've got Mr. Roy Slack, the one, the only. He was suspended without pay for 2 weeks, I think we suspended you for, right, Roy?
Yes.
Just one, I think, but
Two.
two?
It was two. It
Oh,
was
okay.
two.
Two in the penalty box.
Yep, two in the
No.
penalty box. And we've got a big lineup today. We've got my top 5 of the week. We got Rory's winners and losers of the week, and we got Rory. We don't have a name for your section yet, so I called it Roy's Wisdomish. Brought to you by Cranky Old Men Drinking Beer.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
And
Your
Jerrod,
part,
can you
anyway.
rephrase it to my winner or loser of the week? Because I don't have time for multiples.
I changed it in my notes because I was saying and. It's just supposed to be winner or loser of the week.
Correct. That is correct.
This is a segment I'm quite excited about because we get to see who is winning in industry and who is just an absolute loser.
We could call a beer review the winner or loser of the week, too.
Well,
We'll see.
Well, no, but that would have a whole new contract, Roy. We got Cranky Old Men Drinking Beer piling up the bills for us. It's been a fantastic deal. So thank you for signing that now about a year
My
ago.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we can get into the
Yeah, what are we drinking?
Beersies.
What are we drinking?
Come
We're,
on,
we're
Whistler.
back at Whistler
Yeah.
with their Mountaineer Pilsner.
Come on, Whistler.
And
What do you
the old saying, all Pilsners are lagers, but not all lagers are Pilsner. So a Pilsner is a kind of a lager, a pale lager.
Is that a saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Roy, should I drink it out of the Petro-Canada lubricants mug, or do you think it's better in the beer? What do you think?
I would hazard a guess that the can is more pure, Alpine Mountaineer pure,
Okay.
than the cup that's sitting beside the pile of Lenny.
Very good points.
I
to
never
note.
thought of that, actually. It's amazing. You actually do have a cup beside. Roy, by the way, I do have a bone to pick with you. Actually, I have two. I'm going to get to one later on, but I've got the first one is I'm finding myself ordering IPAs. I hate IPAs. I don't know how you did it, but you've got me drinking IPAs. And now the other beer seems a little lame. So thanks for that.
Wow.
I know.
Is that a new
My
glass?
pleasure.
Did Roy get a new glass?
I think so. Is that
Oh.
a new glass?
This is a Pilsner glass. I usually, on the show, I try to use a glass that goes with the style of beer.
That's so fancy. I didn't
Such
realize you're
a
so fancy, Roy.
pro.
That's unbelievable.
I like it.
Turning over a new leaf of fanciness.
Say fancy one more time, and it will sound insulting.
Well, say fancy one more time, and you'll be on a float at the parade.
Oh
That's-
boy,
That's
This
the name
is-
of that tune.
this is Roy not even having a first sip, although we don't know what
No.
happened off camera.
No.
Let's talk about our heavy industry tour brought to you by Orica Digital Solutions. Rapidly evaluate processing scenarios across the entire mineral extraction value chain with the Integrated Extraction Simulator. Enhance plant productivity, optimize economic value, and minimize the environmental impacts of mining activity and mineral recovery. We are heading to events across North America and Australia and filming episodes on location. Email us at info@crownsmen.com to be part of Crownsmen's Heavy Industry Tour. AEM, the Association of Equipment Manufacturers, has been connecting the construction and agriculture equipment industry for over 130 years. Now you're invited to ConExpo ConAg 2026 in Las Vegas, March 3rd to 7th. Experience the latest equipment, live demos, and network with industry leaders building the future. Use code TCS26 to get 20% off your tickets and discover what's shaping the industry next. Visit conexpoconag.com. Cutsforth's commitment to innovating technologies for the power industry has been the biggest driver in developing their innovative and unique offerings. Their patented Easy Change brush holder design, shaft grounding, and monitoring systems have been installed across the globe. Ever evolving, they have expanded their offerings through the acquisitions of Insight CM, an online asset monitoring platform, and WSC Consulting Services. They are continuously supporting the power industry through the power of innovation. Visit cutsforth.com to learn more about their products and services.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with my my top 5 here. And Roy, last week I tried to read out how a dam was designed.
Yeah.
You made fun of me with this typical way that engineers do. When anybody talks about something engineering, they get that look. You're getting it right now. This look of like, oh yeah, here we go. Try, little boy. And so it's been bothering me all week. And why it's really been bothering me is because I live right beside an engineered bridge that goes from New Westminster to Surrey. And I tried to do research before the show, couldn't find any pictures, couldn't find any news about it. But if you drive by the bridge, because the old bridge is right beside it, you will see.
Unbelievable.
The bridge is supposed to be meeting. There's about a 50-foot gap, and they didn't meet. They missed.
That's insanity.
They missed. And if
there's an old saying civil engineers have is, trust me.
See how fast he went? Oh, no, this is the other engineers.
Those are the bad ones.
Yeah.
So this bridge was already, Patullo Bridge replacement was already 2 years behind. So they haven't updated this.
It's 2 years behind. It's ballooned, obviously, in price. An interesting thing about this bridge, though, is it's designed. They're replacing a 4-lane bridge with, wait for it, for anybody who's not from Surrey or New West, a 4-lane bridge.
Yay!
To alleviate the traffic problem.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Pure brilliance on all parties.
Now, granted, it is designed in a way that they can expand it to a 6-lane bridge, so they can shut it down for another 2 years while they expand to their 6-lane
Now, Jerrod,
bridge.
the 50-foot gap is this way? It's not like that way.
Well, no, there's a gap. It might be 100 foot. It's a big gap. There's a chasm between one end of the bridge and the other, and they're clearly out of line.
Jerrod, have you heard for a fact, though, that it's
well, I was talking to no,
maybe it's a lift bridge.
Yeah. Maybe it's for cruise ships to go through the river. Cruise ships.
I promise you that is not what's happening.
Cruise ships.
Oh, you guys are hilarious. Anyway, so, Roy, my top 5 today, of course, are going to be 5. They're not top 5 in the world or anything. They're just 5 ones that I want to talk about. 5 engineering failures.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about this.
I'm also very excited, and I saw I started laughing because of the Tacoma Narrows. But anyway, I won't give it away. Go, Jerrod.
Okay.
Go.
Well, you're giving it away. So
there could be one of my classmates on that list.
All right, let's go.
Let's see.
Really, we are going to find out how old you are, Roy. Okay, I skipped ahead because Roy screwed me up. Chernobyl. I'm going to pick different facts from each one because
maybe work on your accountability to start with.
Okay, passing the buck to the civil engineers guy. Okay.
I screwed you up.
We got to start with Chernobyl, of course. Now, we're not going to get into the details. We're just going to talk numbers here. The Chernobyl will bring up a beautiful picture of that beautiful construction by the Soviet Union.
And shout out to the Chernobyl series on HBO, also a great series. Fantastic.
Have you watched it?
Twice.
Wow. Okay. I watched some stuff.
Watched a documentary on Chernobyl twice?
No, it's a TV show. HBO TV show.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm not a big documentary guy.
I love a good documentary. Okay. Anyway, it cost about $700 billion US, potentially reaching it. Never mind
economic consequences, right?
Yeah, never mind health and all. There's a whole bunch of.
Look at that meltdown.
That's what the failure, not the construction, but that's what the failure has cost.
Yes.
So what you mean? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Insane.
I wanted to look up. I wish I had more time to do it. Basically, how to plan better. I don't remember what the radius is that people can still not be in that. It's huge, though. But anyway, moving on, and this one gets very depressing because a dog did die in the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. No humans, but a puppy dog did.
Unbelievable.
I'm sure you know. I feel like you're going to know a little bit about this one. It started in construction in 1938, opened in 1940, of July 1st. July 1st, 1940. Open. Yay. Collapsed on November 7th, also in 1940. Now, I wanted to bring an engineer to give, a proper official statement of what happened. The engineer, Professor F.B. Farquharson?
Yes.
He concluded that the cumulative effected of undampered rhythmic forces had produced intense resonant oscillation.
Harmonic motion. Harmonics.
Yes.
Obviously.
In other words, the bridge's lightness combined with an accumulated of wind pressure on the 8-foot solid plates, girder, and deck caused the bridge to fail. It was a giant umbrella that got wind and started moving.
Oh, man.
Look at that picture. Oh, man.
That is so ridiculous.
Yep. Well, when you see the videos of a bridge that fails like that, and you see it start to wave, and it just keeps oscillating. The waves keep getting larger and larger until it fails. That's harmonic motion. That's basics.
Yeah, undampened rhythmic forces.
Are you facing the challenges of CO2 shortages in your construction projects? Secure your CO2 supply today with Tomco Systems, the pioneers in CO2 equipment solutions. With over 45 years of experience, Tomco transforms challenges into solutions, offering a comprehensive range of CO2 products for water treatment, storage, and transportation. Tomco Systems' patented CO2-based water treatment and wastewater treatment solutions have gained global recognition for their efficient and precise pH control systems. Whether you need pH reduction for municipal process treatment or industrial wastewater, their line of carbonic acid storage and feed products will provide you with 95% or greater efficiency in reaching your target pH. Don't let shortages slow you down. Visit tomcosystems.com to learn more. Attention builders, we've got everything you need to know about the grit and grind of the construction world in one show. The Construction Show is where you can share your expert techniques and strategies to help keep the crew strong and construction sites secure. From foundational tips, industry trends, safety strategies to advanced equipment and machinery. Be part of the voice of construction. Book your episode and showcase your company to millions worldwide. Visit crownsmen.com.
Okay, let's move on to the St. Francis Dam. St. Francis Dam. Now, there is some sadness here because 431 people did die, but it was a long time ago.
Some sadness? That's a tragedy.
431. Oh, this one. Yeah, this is insane.
Sorry. Yeah. What was it again, Jerrod?
It was the St. Francis Dam. This is something, it started... They started constructing in 1924 and 1926. The dam failed in 1928, killing 431. Apparently, this dam was just riddled with issues, though. It never stopped. It was just, but yeah, again, looking. This was this gravity dam. We'll bring up a thing. Roy, do you want to explain how gravity dams work? Do you know how gravity dams work?
Yeah, well, gravity is a force generated by the Earth on another object.
Why do we even bother?
Unbelievable. He might have to spend some more weeks in the penalty box.
Well, sorry, I shouldn't joke, about the seriousness, the gravity of this situation.
Oh, brother, Roy. Yeah.
This segment is turning into the real tragedy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My topic is going to have some tragedy in it too when I get there.
Well, this is actually one you can't, I guess you could joke about it if you were a professional and knew how to do it. I don't. So I'm not going to joke about it. The Rana Plaza building.
Oh, I remember this.
Yep.
Where was this, Jerrod?
This was in Savar, Bangladesh, 2013, April 24th. This was over 1,100. They're saying 1,100 here. I think it was more like 1,300. Deaths, 2,500 injured.
Garment.
And this just the building just collapsed?
Yeah, so there had been inspectors that had said, like, this thing's an issue. Nobody listened. Some of the big box stores, I don't know for sure who it was, so I won't say it because I didn't look that up. But some of the big box stores here, their brands that they carry were getting manufactured here. So probably all of us at some point have worn clothes that were made in this building. This one, though, sort of stood out to me, all jokes aside, is it did, even for me, I remember when this happened, and it's developed over the years, is starting to actually want to get clothes that I kind of know where they're made. And I'm a long way from it, but when you find out the conditions that people are working in and this sort of thing, it did bring it to light a little bit. I don't know how much it changed things over the whole course of textile manufacturing, but just an unbelievable tragedy. And that's where we complain about regulations and projects being slow and all these issues. I'll take that over this.
Well, Jerrod, I'll tell you a story about the Chilean mine rescue. And as you know, cementation plate, we were Plan A. We were one of the three groups trying to get to the miners.
And you actually covered that a lot. Just to throw back to like one of the first time you were on an episode, Roy, you talked about that in detail too. Right. We should put a link to it in the notes as well. Yeah. But continue on, Roy. Thanks.
Yeah, but Jerrod, you mentioned about the inspectors. Well, the mine inspectors over the years had gone to the mine in Chile, and they'd identified a number of issues, which led to this disaster. And it was a good ending in that all the miners were rescued and unharmed, but it should never have happened in the first place. But one of the miners, I just found this comment interesting. The inspectors would go in and they would ask the management, how's the safety? How's it going? And when someone asked one of the miners, how come the inspectors never did anything? He said, well, it's asking the husband if he's a good husband and not asking his wife. And what he meant by that, the inspectors were asking management, is it safe? But nobody was asking the workers. I thought that was an interesting analogy, but far too often inspection is talking to the owners or the management and not talking to the people working on the floor. Anyway, a little bit of a safety share.
Yeah, it is why I'm really enjoying doing these top five, though, because I started this out as basically a joke, and then as soon as I started digging into it, all of a sudden it got really serious, because now you got deaths and all this horrible stuff, and then it sort of reminds you, and like you're saying, like Gowdy.
Yes.
Have you been asked for feedback on Crownsmen, how we're running? Because Rory's and my review is we're stellar, perfectly run company. Very happy employees.
Yep.
I'm not
sure.
Yowdy,
give me a call after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to file a report.
Don't. It's not needed. Everything's going wonderfully.
I don't know if I can speak freely.
Now, no, please don't speak freely.
Yeah, that's the one thing we're not allowed to do on this show.
Yeah, let's
speak freely.
Yeah, or else we'll end up on floats.
Speaking of floating, thank you, Roy. Wow, masterful. The Mars Climate Orbiter.
This is a happier one.
Launched by NASA December 11th, 1998. So this is a little more recent. Mm-hmm. The Martian climate, it was meant to study the Martian climate and atmosphere. Its mission was to act as a communication relay for the Mars Polar Lander, another spacecraft in the Mars Survey 98 program. Tragically, the mission failed due to a navigation error caused by a miscommunication between English and metric units.
Yes.
They couldn't.
Oh my God.
It's hard to convert people. It is.
Now, It's funny because I had a friend in the Israeli military. Well, he still is my friend. He's not in the Israeli military now, and he said it was very confusing because they would had a whole bunch of stuff in metric, but then a lot of military stuff came from the United States. So they had to have 2 of every tool available because they never knew whether they were getting standard or metric.
Yep.
So you would think, though, if you were going to put something into space, you'd be like, hey, let's all get together and decide. But this was actually a software issue. The software screwed up the metric and the English standard system.
You would think at this point, like there could be a debate on, just the U.S. converts to metric.
That will never happen. I don't use the word never very often, but that will never
They just
happen.
won't out of spite now. But metric is so much more bang on. Like that bridge in New West, they must be building it standard.
You know what, Rory? Here's some trivia for you. The U.S. penny costs about 2.5 cents to produce. Okay.
Brilliant.
And they surveyed the American public, and about I can't remember the number, 67, 69, whatever percent of the American public said they wanted to keep the penny. So they've kept the penny. It makes no sense. Anyway,
I thought they were shutting it down.
True. That's true.
I thought Doge was shutting it down. I thought they got that through. Did they not?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I hope they got that through because that is
Canada,
insane.
we ended it.
Did
10 years ago,
Doge
didn't we?
kill the penny?
Yeah, did Doge kill it? Is it done?
Okay.
We don't make pennies anymore, right?
Roy, more trivia.
No,
to add
it's
to your
been
trivia.
10 years or more.
Yeah, they have 2 lobby groups, one opposing the penny, one supporting the penny.
Yeah.
Just to add to more nonsense to the 2.5 cent penny.
All right. Well,
Maybe they should look at a cheaper way to make a penny.
Yeah, apparently they did end
They did.
production of pennies in the U.S.
there we go.
There we go. That's
go,
progress,
America.
everybody.
The penny will be phased out with the last ones produced in early 2026. So they're still being produced right now.
Oh, they're still
There you go.
Oh, they'll change that by the time 2026 rolls around then.
Yeah, they'll extend it.
They'll extend it.
Just by the way, just to know how much they were, you could probably figure out where the air was. A smart fellow like Mr. Roy Slack could. But anyway, it entered the Martian atmosphere at a low altitude, 57 kilometers instead of the planned 150 to 170 kilometers. So they were way out.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a great error. I'm so happy about that.
Rocket science.
Okay, so this is a very negative section by me. I will admit it because it was all.
Yeah, what a Debbie Downer.
Yeah, but that one just made me so happy that it's worth it. Rory, Mr. Bamford, you got a winner. You got a loser winner or a loser this week.
Winner or loser, we don't know.
Are
but
you
I'll
doubling
read you
down on the negative, or are you going positive? We don't know.
You know what? This is what I went into the S&P 500 energy index because I've been focused on energy. I'm trying to learn about energy. And I went into the lowest market cap company. So that company is APA Corporation. So is APA Corporation a winner? Well, let's dive into it a little bit. Current market cap is $6.96 billion. So big company.
That's the lowest market cap?
That is the lowest market cap in the energy segment of the S&P 500.
6.9 billion.
6.9 billion. Monstrous still.
Yeah.
But let's take a look. So just to, throw out some teasers, that is a typo that I wrote because it's not since January 1st, 2015. It's since January 1st, or not 2025. Since January 1st, 2015, oh my goodness, the stock is down 69.7%.
Whoa. And they're still in the S&P 500?
Yes.
Whoa.
So Google AI told me.
Sorry, Rory, can I just clarify something? So
yes,
there must be a new bottom because they must have been up.
Oh, yeah. So in 2013, market cap for APA was $34.3 billion. December 31st, it had dropped to $23.5 billion market cap. So you're talking it was huge.
Wow.
I was doing some more digging. Is it a winner? Is it a loser? Is this a company I want to put money into? Well, let's get into a court case.
Oh, no.
If you followed Apache Corporation, you probably remember the Alpine High scandal that led to a massive stock collapse If not, here's a recap, everybody. I hadn't heard about this. In 2016, Apache announced Alpine High as a game-changing oil and gas discovery with massive financial potential. That sentence alone is sketchy. The company's CEO at the time, John Christman, assured investors of significant value for shareholders for many years.
Roy's buying the stock right now.
Oh yeah, the market is still open, everybody.
I got a 16 buy.
Yeah,
for 500.
Stock soared 61% that year. So then they found out with internal reports that later there was no oil and gas being produced from the wells, and some had stopped completely within months. Okay. So by early 2020, Apache took a $3 billion write-down, abandoned Alpine High, and slashed its dividend by a mere 90%. So the other thing is when I was looking this up, and this is what's funky, is, again, they're saying in 2015 they also took a write-down of it was $23 billion as well. 23.1 billion in oil and gas reserves. So they came up with this new project, what it looks like, that was going to resurrect the company. It didn't resurrect the company. They are kind of in that Lenny category. And I would say this is it's a massive loser. Get them out of the S&P 500. It's crazy that they're still in there. And I wouldn't trust them to manage a dollar.
So, Rory, what it brings up is kind of the classic issue in the resource industry is, what do you classify as assets? Right? So you've drilled off an ore body, you've drilled off oil wells, you think you've made a big find, and if you go now, the CIM and was instrument 43101 is a guideline on how to define the difference between exploration and actual reserves you can report.
Proven versus probable.
Yeah. And but in this case, it's I would say this: they're fiscally responsible. They're writing it down. So that's the good news. The bad news is they're exceedingly optimistic in pulling this stuff into the asset category. I mean, there's nothing worse than a big write-down in terms of how it impacts your stocks. So a little bit of a bump up based on a big find versus a huge drop in your share price for, finding that find is worth nothing.
Well, I was looking at their revenue now, and I don't even now in seeing that, because I was looking back. So when I look at a company, I will look at 10 years, because that will it just gives you a big enough range to go, okay, is there any red flags? And I'm scrolling, I'm like, oh, okay, total gross profit, operating profit, and then all of a sudden you've got 25 billion in 2015. I'm like, oh, wow.
And then the strange thing, the analysts are saying it's a hold right now, and a $19 share price targeted for 26 or something. I mean, even the analysts are optimistic.
I just wouldn't even. In knowing what they've done twice, that they've had two massive write-downs, for me, when I go through companies like this, it makes my job really easy as an investor, because I go, no. So when I picked this one and I was doing some more digging on it, I quickly found out, I was like, maybe they have some good potential. Maybe they're a newer company. The other thing they do, like the rebrand, that's a big red flag too. Well, Apache, obviously, probably for certain reasons, obviously with the name, but even that,
they might be able to get their name back now with the new
APA
government in place.
Yeah, exactly. But like you said, there is 100 other companies I would invest in before that.
Yeah. They're very prospective, and you would have to know the people involved. You would have to know the asset that they're peddling.
Yes.
Sometimes you get in a situation where there's a property that well, that just didn't get developed. Sometimes it's because there wasn't the capital, sometimes for different reasons. And if someone gets a hold of it, you say, well, they're in a position now to develop this. It's a good property, but you'd really have to have some knowledge.
Yeah, like if they're
what they have,
and they're even saying things on their website. They're currently developing places in Suriname and Egypt for like bringing back. I'm like, what?
Yeah, there's some political risk there too. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't assure me of anything. Like I'd rather make 6% just putting my money in ExxonMobil and just ride it out with them, because they're gonna have first dibs on like the plays that like currently prices of oil. Gowdy could look it up. I think crude oil is like $60-$70 a barrel. Well, ExxonMobil and Chevron are going to get first dibs on those properties that they can buy them at like say $20-$30 a barrel.
The other thing there, Rory, is if you're going to invest in that, it's a big risk, so you're looking at a big gain.
True.
But their share price is already $20 a share. Like, how many multiples are you going to get for that?
Right.
And
you know what I mean? Like it's not going to.
They're saying net income. They're saying net income. So 6.9 billion. They're saying net income of 1.1 billion. But the other problem is they had losses up to 2020. And is that even a real number? Like, is that even a real number? Like, what are they going to write down next? Because those. You'd be able to go through like how much debt do they hold and all that. Honestly, when I found out about these two massive write-downs, I throw it into.
Oh, those are red flags for sure, and you'd have to know a lot more about it to invest in it. Yeah,
exactly. And I do plan, like as I do more on this segment, it does take a lot more prep, but it's awesome because you get to find like I hadn't heard about this story before. I was like, oh, that's a really low market cap in the S&P 500. It's still big, but not compared to the 200 billion. ExxonMobil type companies. But anyway, I put them in the loser pile, and we don't recommend financial investments, but for personally, I won't give them a second thought. There's no point. I would rather look at like a Halliburton that does like contract work that we talked about a few weeks ago. They're more like
Halle Berry?
Exactly.
Okay.
He goes he starts with that classy beer glass and then just
it goes downhill from there.
Just goes downhill.
Oh, boy.
I start off trashing, but
pop culture fan.
Yeah. You're a big what fan?
Pop culture.
Oh, brother.
As opposed to just culture.
Isn't it weird how like even for me, like back in the day you'd see people like on the red carpet and that, and now that shift is just it looks so ridiculous now. Like nobody's into it.
I know.
Like superstars. It just
great. I don't know if you've seen the Jim Carrey clip, and it's at the
yes,
the Golden Globes.
I wanted to find the most meaningless thing.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Jim Carrey on comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah.
I wish the only drawback of that show, I wish Seinfeld didn't edit it as much. Now, I realize he could care less what I think. I'm fully aware of that because he's the genius. I do think it'd be a more popular show if he didn't edit it so much.
It was an interesting show, but I think people tuned in wanting Seinfeld. And that wasn't the format, and that wasn't what came off at all. And every comedian that was on the show, it was a different feel, if you know what I mean. So it wasn't all over the place, but it wasn't. I don't think it was what people expected.
Well, Ricky Gervais, though, oh man, he was funny. He was on a show twice. Or Norm Macdonald.
Oh yeah. I was trying to think of like those were classics.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald. It just nobody can follow him because he knows exactly. He said, I've studied Jerry Seinfeld for my whole career in life, and then he goes. So he makes this big thing of it, and then he goes and talks to him. It's like, you have 2 daughters, right? Seinfeld's like, no, I have 3 boys.
Yeah, like what he says, my son, was that my son,
Dylan.
No, he's 11, I think. He goes like, I didn't get that right, but he does that so well.
Brilliant.
Everything, people said everything, every single line, he was just seeing if he could make it funny.
Yeah. Insane.
Like every single thing. I was watching a podcast with a comedian. He was like, it's kind of like, in a way, these guys are in a way tortured. Like the ones that are like always funny, because the only thing they're doing is they're waking up and going, how do I make this a bit funnier?
Right.
Like a tell. It's insane.
Yeah.
Everything is to make it funnier.
Apparently, guys like Norm, they'll have like 5 sets that they can rotate through while they're touring.
Yeah. That's like 5 hours of content. That's insane. And we just saw Louis C.K., Jerrod, who was beyond brilliant.
Rory, it was like watching an artist. Like you almost miss the comedy because he's so good at being a comedian that it's like, I think Rory and I, we both felt like you needed to go back a second time to watch him.
Oh, yeah, I need to see him. Like, I literally want to see him as fast as I can again. He walked out, Roy, and he was playing at the Orpheum Theater, and a guy from the balcony was like, we can't see you. And he thought it was a heckle at first, and then he realized, he's like, oh. He's like, so he made it into a 5-minute bit of, like, where he could go on the stage.
And then the crowd would cheer.
And the crowd would cheer. So the whole show, he's in like that certain area, and you could tell. So he remembered, I can't step past this line. It was brilliant. Just that was even brilliant.
I was, and I don't know if I think I mentioned this before. I was at an event where there were all these stars, and Robin Williams was there, and they were waiting for Elton John to join.
Like this, you were at it live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
And Eugene Levy was the host. And Elton John was late. He was the last performer. This was a Clinton Gustra fundraiser in Toronto.
Okay.
And you could tell Eugene Levy was starting to struggle. His content was gone. And Robin Williams got up on that stage to help him out, and for 15 minutes. But my point is, we look at it and think this is ad lib. But these guys, all their lives, they've got so many different bits.
Yeah.
That they're just piecing different bits together. It's very little of it. Every now and then there's some ad lib, but so much of it is content that they have delivered over the years, and they customize it to the situation.
Well, who's that great comedian? He passed away. Old guy, old Jewish guy, just hilarious. He roasts everybody.
Don Rickles?
Don Rickles.
Yes, Rickles. Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, like he knew what things that he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then he would just convert it to the individual person sitting in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just off the top of his head, but he would just find someone that matched the thing. Just incredible. Yeah.
It's just incredible seeing these comedians, though, the fact that they can go through these stories that they're telling. And Louis is like perfect for it, because so like there was times like in one part, like the audience was gasping for air. Yeah. They were laughing so hard, including Jerrod and I. Like it was insane. And he just keeps going and keeps adding more and building it and building it. It's
and you can't repeat
so
it.
Louis C.K. has survived quite a scandal, right? I mean, he was in a lot of trouble. Risa, a year and a half ago, I can't remember what he had said, but he was, I don't know if he was going to be banned from certain things, but he's kind of bounced back.
Well, he's got in trouble a couple times.
Yeah, he's had a few issues.
I don't want to get our YouTube thing banned, but somebody recorded a set, which was actually funny.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was funny.
Oh
yeah.
So go look up.
You thought it was funny. Obviously, some people didn't.
Go look up Louis C.K. unapproved set or something. I don't know what it would have been.
Well, I just had a conversation with where I was just saying, we're talking to someone. They said, I just don't like the raunchy humor.
Yeah. Is there any other kind? That's like saying, I don't like country music. I just like Western.
Yeah. It doesn't work. Okay, Roy, what your Wisdomish section? I've been looking forward to this all week. I'm really excited about it. It's brought to you.
You
by...
didn't read what I put down, did you?
No.
Thank you, Gardy. for affirming my suspicions.
Yeah.
But it is brought to you by cranky old men drinking beer. We get paid a ton of money.
Follow the money.
Lenny loves it.
So I love your topic, Roy. I love you on the show. It just means...
And I can feel the love from here.
Roy, I was almost excited about it until you brought up grade 12.
Why is grade 12 bad memories for you, Rory?
I didn't even go to school that year. Were those
3 years difficult for you? How's that for an old joke?
It was.
I put grade 12 down. Okay, so I'll give you the background here. My granddaughter is taking English in summer school. So she's going into grade 12 next year, but she had a chance to take her English grade 12 in summer school. It just takes one course off of her course load. So she did that. So I'm the one that helps the grandkids with their homework, right or wrong. And the assignment she had in English, okay, and my wife and I talked about this because these are the same assignments we had, right? 50 whatever years ago.
Honest.
Yeah. Okay. Quite a while ago. In English class. So there is Hamlet, Shakespeare. Okay. There's Death of a Salesman, Arthur Miller. And then the one book, the fairly new one, V for Vendetta, which is Alan Moore, and I can't remember the co-author there, but the guy that wrote The Watchmen, which is a graphic novel. So first of all, Shakespeare is brutal. Shakespeare, to read that, it's just nasty. And if you want to turn kids off of reading, just assign Hamlet to them. Okay? Anyway, my commentary. Death of a Salesman is very interesting, a good play. And the background there, Arthur Miller, you talk about opposites attract. Arthur Miller was married to Marilyn Monroe, the nerdiest guy in America, Nobel Prize for Literature, married to Marilyn Monroe. And if you see a picture of them together, he's got the glasses and the receding hairline. Sounds familiar.
Okay, I can't just let this go though. It's not like
he's not an engineer.
Yeah, but it's not like she married just him. There was a lot of other activity. There was a very handsome Irishman who was running the United States. So she was...
Well, they never got married.
No, but they both were married.
She was singing to him. And then she married Joe DiMaggio. Like, she didn't pick the handsomest guys around, but that's another story.
I don't think she really cared.
No, she was interested in their mind. And they were interested in her mind.
Marilyn Monroe. She was awesome.
And no one minded.
It's such a different time, though, because you see her talking to, like, the troops. There's a video of her talking, and it's just like, it's so weird.
Yeah. But it's, the interesting thing about it is people there's a great movie called Marilyn and Me. And it's about when I'm trying to remember the movie she made with I think it was Sir Laurence Olivier or one of the classic actors. And he didn't want to work with her at all. And by the end of the movie, he was mesmerized. Uh-huh. Like she was a star.
Star, yeah.
And it didn't matter what her acting capabilities were. She had this magnetism, and it's something that it comes through on the screen in some movies, but we will never know what that was like. The people that met her just were mesmerized. But anyway.
Sorry.
So in order to help my granddaughter, I got to read these books, right? And I hadn't, I'm a fan of Shakespeare quotes, but I'm not a fan of Shakespeare. And that's difficult stuff.
Jerrod, you've read them all, right?
No, I haven't read all of Shakespeare.
Oh, you haven't? I read Macbeth was actually cool. I actually enjoyed Macbeth.
Yeah, I'm actually working on my image, so I don't like to tell people that I read Shakespeare. But
did you say image?
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to build that up a little bit. You get away with a lot more stuff, I realized.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Anyway, that was one comment about the education system. Like the assignments haven't changed in 50 or 60 years, and probably my parents were reading Shakespeare. And there's so many great authors that could be on that list. But anyway, that wasn't my topic today. My topic was...
Sorry, Rory, can I just say something really quick? Because sure. I am a fan of Shakespeare. It is a really unfair thing with that we've decided that Shakespeare is great literature, and it's not literature. It's a play.
It's a play.
Yep.
So if you learn, which I happen to be able to do, I can speak. I'm a little out of practice now, but I used to be able to speak in Shakespearean language, and I could read it. But you're acting it, and you put certain like punch on certain words so that it makes it all make sense. And if you hear someone that knows how to speak it, you know what they're talking about.
But if you're in the play, so you're interacting with Gilder and Regenstern or whatever those guys are, you're interacting with characters. Yes. You understand your dialogue.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You have to because you're in...
Right.
But
they're actually not books, they're plays.
No, you don't read. Yeah. You read the book V for Vendetta. You don't go and read the script of the movie.
Yeah,
it's really stupid. So I'm with you on that. Sorry,
that's a great. I actually am glad you clarified that because that's why it is such a mundane task.
It's not meant to read. It's not what it's.
Why
about.
is it? So why are they? Because like you said, Roy, there's so much.
Because he's so brilliant. He's so brilliant that, and it's such deep. Like thought that people want to share it, and it's.
But I'll make another observation there because of course, Death of a Salesman is a play. But when you read it, what Miller has done is he's added a lot of background information that's not in the dialogue, and it's instruction for the actors. Mm-hmm. So Death of a Salesman you can actually read and gain more from the reading because the way the actors, if it's a great actor, they interpret it right and you get the message.
Right.
If it's a mediocre, high school play being put on, you probably don't get that atmosphere and feeling that Miller has written in the background. It's almost like instructions for the actors. So on the one hand, Shakespeare, it's dry, difficult to read. Whereas what Miller had done was very, very interesting, and it's worth reading. Anyway,
Tarantino would write. He's written all his movies out as books as well, which is interesting that he does that too. But anyway, that's kind of. I don't think that was your topic, Roy, but it is interesting.
Though. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So I was going to talk to you today about acquisitions, and in particular, one acquisition we did, which was incredibly successful, and just a few observations about it. And we bought this company in 2002, and within a year, our revenue had more than doubled. They often say, 1 + 1 is 1.5 when you do an acquisition, but that wasn't the way this one worked. But there are a few things that contributed to it. We did a couple of joint ventures before, so we'd worked together. We knew each other well. We knew the people. The owners were retiring. They had a great career. They wanted to step back, so that the timing was right. But we also had different clients. That's one thing that happens if you're a group if you're buying a group that's competing with you, mm-hmm. You're actually helping out your other competition. You're eliminating a competitor in the market. Mm-hmm. But in this case, we had different clients in different geographical markets. And one group was very good at development and unit price work. The other group was shaft sinking and reimbursable style work. So we knew each other's work, but it didn't really overlap in terms of competing, and it added geographical diversity. It took us coast to coast, because it took us to the Arctic as well. And so all of these things combined, and the other thing that happened, the implementation was almost treated like a merger. What I mean by that, we looked at, so the VP of Finance for cementation took over the finance, but the head of health and safety for Aurora took over the health and safety. I looked at the different groups, and when my VP went to run our U.S. operations, I had one VP from the Aurora group and one from the cementation group looking after different things. And that was because it made sense. It wasn't to, it wasn't to cater to our new employees from the other groups. So lots of things happened right there, and that springboarded us, that made us national, because we were working in Brunswick. We were out. We were in the Yukon. We were in BC, in Manitoba, and it just all came together nicely.
Did you plan? Was there a conversation like, we want to do an acquisition, or did the opportunity come and you decided that it was something to look at, and it developed into actually making it happen?
When we started cementation, one of the options was to do an acquisition, and this was the company that was the option.
Oh, I
so
see.
Early on, we had identified that they had been an option, and the only sticking point, they had an operation in Peru, which we didn't like. So what we did is we offered we would buy the Canadian operation. We didn't want the Peruvian one.
Oh.
So we made the deal. They closed the Peruvian one. I went down to look at the operations in Peru, and it wasn't, wasn't something that we wanted to do. Just it would have been. It was enough work to integrate the two companies as it was. To take that third piece would have been problematic.
How many people came? How many people did it go up to once that closed?
Probably 600 or 700 employees.
Wow. Were they kind of equal? Were they sort of equal size, like when you did the acquisition as well, or was cementation
in terms of volume? Yes.
Okay.
The work that Aurora did was more capital intensive. They did a lot more development because the shaft sinking that cementation was doing, often we would the equipment on it would be, we would write off as much of it as we could on the job. Some of it was the owner's equipment. We looked at different ways to make it less capital intensive. So.
Oh, okay. When you say owner's equipment, so it's actually like it's from other parties within the company essentially that own that.
No,
that
they're the
equipment?
client.
Oh, the client.
Yeah. So if we were doing work for Rio Tinto, and sinking the shaft, it's
coming up
possible
on the
that
show soon.
They would own the hoist. Right? Because they're going to use it after as their main hoist. So, wherever there was an opportunity to look for owner's equipment, it saved the client money.
Yeah.
Because if it's owner's equipment, we're not charging, margins on that and rental on that equipment.
Yeah. And
it's in place when we change over. Anyway, getting into detail there, but yeah, it was a great acquisition. We've had different challenges over the years with acquisitions. Everyone has, but that one worked very well.
Were the heads of the company, were they engineers?
Two of the four owners were.
You asked that with such a straight face.
Yeah.
That's the question. All right.
There was a lot of there was trust between us.
Yeah, well, out of all the people that it's really stupid for me to pick on is engineers, because it's like 95. I was actually thinking about it yesterday as I was getting ready for the show. I was like, this is the wrong group. I should pick on everybody else but engineers.
Yeah. Like, Jerrod, you got to go after like operations managers or sales managers or something. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe try not picking on anyone. There's a novel idea.
That's literally impossible.
Yeah, you're right. Is this because, like, as you being like the youngest, that must be it. Yeah, it must be it. Yes.
Me being the yeah. I'm always I always feel threatened as the youngest.
Yeah, especially
I think it's
6'4".
That's a good point, Rory. I think it is his insecurities.
It is. Yeah.
Bubbling out on the show.
Yeah.
Most bullies are insecure. Yeah. So, but I'm okay with it.
I'm secure in my insecurities.
I enjoy inflicting pain. Okay. Rory,
that's a perfect segue to if we're going to bully Whistler again. Is this the second time we've had them on the show?
We did do we roasted their chestnuts. Remember that?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure I was sick for that one, so I think I was like, "Oh, this tastes good."
No, I think you were sick after that one, maybe.
Oh, that's what happened. Got it.
You were singing for that one.
Oh no!
This is what happens.
Before we get into that, something I forgot, because I've got Marty on the shelf now
with his clothes on.
I wanted to share that trivia with the audience that I sent you.
Oh yeah,
because Whistler. Okay, so Whistler's world famous, beautiful resort area, mountains, the Pacific Mountains. It's not far from, what is it, an hour from Vancouver, Whistler?
Yeah, about an hour. Yeah. Depending, unless someone jumps off a cliff and lands on the highway.
Okay.
Yes, that happens.
So Whistler, you'd think the name came from the wind whistling through the mountains, but I was reading some trivia where apparently marmots, the fat ground squirrel that is the mascot.
Yeah, of Savannah Equipment.
And from what I understand, Jerrod's brainchild.
Nope.
No?
No,
that's what your brother told me.
It was a group brainchild.
It was actually the David Karstein has worked at Savannah Equipment since he hasn't worked at Savannah Equipment, but he has worked for Jerrod Downey since he was, I think, 14. It was his idea originally. He told Rory told me, and then I took the credit for it. That's
so, and I told you this before too, because I interviewed your brother on one of the shows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what about this Marty the Miner, this mascot of you guys? He said, don't bring that up on the show. Because that was Jerrod's idea. I don't want to talk about it.
He's an older brother, so you see why I am insecure, because of this harassment I took as a child.
Marty the Miner has been a global phenomenon.
He has literally been. People sent pictures from him all over.
I haven't finished the story yet. Because all these marmots are running rampant through British Columbia, and apparently when they get nervous or excited or as a warning, they whistle.
Yep.
And that's where the name for Whistler Resort came from. It didn't come for the wind through the willows or anything like that. It was the fat ground squirrel whistling marmots that gave Whistler its name. So there's some trivia for the show.
And I think they're endangered. Like you aren't allowed. Like you can like a gopher and stuff. You can shoot them and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. I don't think you can shoot marmots.
No, you cannot. They are endangered. They're in a very small area in BC.
Yeah, and they live at Savannah Equipment, by the way. That's why the mascot, because they're like they live everywhere. In the equipment. Yeah.
Well, if I'm a hunter and I'm out in the field,
don't do it. Don't do it.
No, I mean you hear an animal whistling. It's not the best strategy for staying hidden. A deer will silently walk through the woods. For a marmot,
it's a warning to everybody else.
Sits up on its hind legs and whistles.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
No wonder they're endangered. Anyway.
We've done it. But this is another time. We were kids, so I don't know. I think we're allowed to.
Now let's go.
So, Rory, what do you think of this Whistling Pilsner?
Whistling Pilsner. I really was hoping it would come back with a punch. It didn't really taste like a Pilsner to me. I don't know. For like a Pilsner should be a little bit more, in a way, a little bit more. Is it bitter or hoppier? Like a little bit more punchy? But maybe I'm wrong on that.
Pilsners tend to have a crisp, dry. So kind of a mild malt. It's like a pale lager, but then instead of a lager sweet, they have a crisp, dry finish. Some of them have a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit hoppy.
I mean, it's easy to drink. It's really it's an easy drinker. 5%. I don't know. It's like an easy drink. I was kind of expecting a bit more out of this one, but I think that's because of the last one. So now I'm really worried.
There's a redemption factor.
It was supposed to be the redemption.
If I wasn't reviewing it, I would just drink it and not give it two thoughts. I'd just drink it. Yeah, I'd just drink it and enjoy it. Be like, oh yeah, thanks for the beer.
Yeah, thanks.
It would kind of mean nothing to me either way. Just an easy.
I wouldn't give it a bad. It's not a bad rating. It's just kind of like you just kind of like drink it. It's like camping or just like drinking whatever.
Yeah, I think we're all aligned on this one. I found it a very average Pilsner.
Okay.
So the good news is sometimes you get them in their like acerbic finish. What I mean by that, that aspirin taste.
Okay.
I got that a little bit bitter, actually on it, to be honest.
This didn't really have that, that was good, but it didn't have that dry, crisp finish that either. It was kind of a dry, flat finish I found, but just an average Pilsner, I would say.
So what'd you rate it?
I would give it maybe a 13.
Nice.
Well, that's not that good. Whistler, nice. You got
a 13, 14, something in there.
I feel like Whistler, because it's so
an okay
famous.
beer.
It's such
30% above 10 is good.
Yeah,
that's honorable mention in our chart.
Is it? I just feel like if you're putting the name Whistler's such a if you talk to anybody in the U.S., like you mentioned Whistler, yeah, people just love Whistler.
Especially their pricing for skiing now. Holy moly!
Never mind stay the night at Whistler.
Holy double moly! Yikes! And then go get an espresso martini and. Or it's gonna be like, I'm out of here.
Or just get a Mountaineer Pilsner and
there we go.
Feel the Alpine
whistle
springs and whatever else.
Drink in your basement like the good old days.
Armchair tourist.
I was curious, Gowdy, have you ever shotgunned a beer?
Yes, I'm going to say yes, of course.
Yes, I have.
Nice.
You're talking to an established tequila drinker.
But that's the thing. I didn't know if you ever
shotgunning a beer. That's child's play. Where's the worm?
There's a country singer. I forget who it is, but he can shotgun a beer. It's so fast, it doesn't even seem real. It's like
gone.
I don't know how they get it into their gullet like that.
I know. I'm like, look. I just drink at the same speed.
Kyle Bailey could always do a quick one.
Shout out to Kyle Bailey. Okay. Well, this show has been it's been full of positivity. We hating on Shakespeare, the education system, engineers, oil companies. Nothing really good came out of this show. So thank you.
Just a lot of hatred.
A 13 rating on Whistler beer.
This is a problem with investing, though. You always get you're going through 99% of them, but you're gonna find some winners. And then when I find it, I won't tell anybody. I'm like, oh, nice! I got to buy the stocks first.
So
very similar. So to
on the positive, this had a better rating than the last Whistler beer.
Oh yeah.
Dog shit
for sure. Whoa! You got to say Dog Lenny, or he gets
still struggling to get advertisers.
No, we got them now. It's too late.
I did make a note. On a personal note, I attended a beer festival last weekend, which was quite the event.
Oh, where?
In Niagara Falls. 20 different breweries. Woo. And I am a bit of a flight risk, so my wife attended with me.
I was going to say, they probably had to drag you out of there kicking and screaming.
Yeah. She was hinting Yeah, she was hinting that it was time to go. I think her exact words were, "It's time to go." So
I just don't remember.
yeah, there's a blog on there.
One more.
I still have a beer ticket. It's time to go.
Oh, that's not nice.
I can't believe in CIM was a beer ticket.
The first picture there is actually the beer she had.
Oh, this one.
That one, yeah.
A classic.
A&W root beer.
Oh man, though, I actually am getting my daughter loves A&W, so so
your health conscious choices have
all the food. They said we went there for lunch, and they said, we have quite a choice of food. There's pizza, ice cream, and poutine.
There you go.
You know, all heart healthy choices.
Damn, even for me, that's a lot. I'll tell you how off the rails health wise I am. Mm-hmm. I was excited because I found Coca-Cola in a Mexican style bottle. Beautiful. And so I was all excited because it doesn't have fructose, it's just sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
So in my mind, I'm making it, and this is not a joke. I was like happy and proud of myself drinking it because I wasn't drinking corn syrup.
You feel better though. You feel better.
You want to drink another one, and I did. Okay, I got a meeting with a massive company in 5 minutes. We're trying to partner with. So
let's go, massive company.
Whistler Brewing.
No. They're probably a client of this company though. So I got to sign off. Thank you very much, both you. It's been a lot of fun. And we'll be back. Are you back next week, Roy? I can't remember. I know you have a busy summer schedule with your beer
fest. I think I'm
fest.
around next week. Yeah.
I'm away, so I will not see y'all.
Oh, well, who's going to do the winner and loser? Rory, you just bring in the segment and now you're gone.
Hey, we've done it 2 times in a row. We'll do it in 2 weeks. We'll see you then.
Fine.
Thanks.
Gowdy, you're stepping in, winner or loser. Okay. We will talk to you all next week. Thank you.